Alright, so I hope everyone's doing alright today. I actually woke up not too long ago and I wanted to do a video. It just rains, my allergies are going crazy, but I felt the urge to make a video, so I'm going to do it, even though I probably sound nasally or whatever, which most of the time I do sound that way anyway, I've noticed, but it is what it is. Anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about the pressures of being a great person and doing amazing things. A lot of times, people are pressured, I guess, or influenced or pressured or whatever to just think that, I got to live the best version of myself. I got to be the best version of myself. I got to live a great life. I got to do all these amazing things. And the thing is, I talk about that a lot. And I really want to help as many people as possible, not just a certain demographic of people, not just trying to do, whatever. But I want to help as many people as I can. And sure, I'm going to talk about being the best version of yourself, being a greater version of yourself, and doing amazing things, if that's what you want to do. But at the same time, it is also okay to just live a simple life and just, do simple things, whether that's to have a family, to just love your family, stay home, maybe have a house in the middle of nowhere, farm, go to work. Just if you have a simple everyday life, homebody, if you have a simple everyday life, that's okay too. As long as you have a good heart, as long as you have a fulfilled heart and you feel good about being alive, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. There's always going to be people out there that want to do amazing things with the world, and it's in their heart to do so. And if it's in your heart to just be happy, then that's good too. That's important. That's an important role. It's like if I don't like using examples, because whenever I say an example, people tend to pick at it and dissect it. And it's like, no, it's an example. The idea of the example is what you need to look for, not the actual, literal thing itself. But so I probably won't use any example of what I mean. But it's just basically it's important to just be happy. If you want to fill someone else's cup with Kool-Aid, your jug has to be filled with Kool-Aid. And so it starts with inner work. So if you want to make the world a better place, don't want to pressure yourself too much about it, then basically just got to make yourself happy and just kind of share that happiness wherever, in whatever situation it may come up in. Don't have to think about it. Don't have to overanalyze it. Don't have to overthink anything. You just, once you're happy, you find someone else. Sure, it's okay to be aware of, the person might want to take advantage or whatever, just okay to kind of consider that or have a good sense of judgment. But at the same time, if you're happy and you find someone you want to share your happiness with them in the moment, then it's okay to do that. And that's fine. That's good. I think it's fine. So a lot of times what will happen is whenever something spiritual, like a full moon or an equinox or some kind of planetary ceremony or event happens, not ceremony, events, or yes, some ceremonies or events happen. What will end up happening is usually something in society or in the news something big and tragic would seem to happen. When you influence people's hearts, or when you influence enough people a certain way, well, other people kind of feed off that energy. So when you're happy, then what happens is other people around you can become happy, as long as you're happy within yourself. So sometimes that's why I say the best way to help the world out is just literally to just be happy, even if that means just to work on yourself, work on your own inner demons, or trying to find peace within yourself, or just whatever. It's important. It's important to just have that happiness in yourself. And what will happen is, as you're happy, then you influence the energy that is on Earth itself, and it can infect other people, because humanity is a virus. And a lot of people look at that in a bad way. And it's like, no, humanity is a virus, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Simply because when it comes to anything empowering, a lot of people tend to get lost in the middle part of what it means to be empowered, because empowerment is about growth. It is about becoming something new, starting from one point and destroying another point to become something new, to renew something, you know. So you have a basis, and then you have a destruction, and then you have a reimagining. And that's basically kind of simplicity of empowerment. So what a lot of people do is they start off at the base of who they are or whatever, and then when it comes to the destruction part, that's where they get stuck. And that's when they're like, oh, my life sucks. This bad thing happened to me. That bad thing happened to me. It's like, no, okay, now it's destroyed, but now you have the pieces. You can recreate these pieces now to make something new. Like like if you have an ingot, you can melt an ingot down and make gold. You can melt steel down and make a sword out of it, but there has to be that destruction first. You have to, remove some things. Things just have to be destroyed in order to be reimagined. A seed has to be destroyed to grow into a tree, like a sunflower seed the shell has to break in order for it to grow. Same with animals, crabs, or whatever. Sometimes you outgrow things. When you outgrow things, you don't just focus on the breaking. You don't just focus on the destruction. Then when you get stuck in that destruction, then that's when you say, oh, I'm depressed, life sucks. And we are living in a very empowered point in society. And a lot of people, what they do is they go two routes with that. And one route is they get lost in, like, I'm stressed out, I have anxiety, I have trauma, I have PTSD, and I have this. Like, these disorders, people tend to normalize them. Like, it's so weird having a conversation with a person and them casually saying, oh, I don't like doing this, it triggers my anxiety. And they're just so casual about it. It's like, no, you have that anxiety because something inside of you needs direction, and you're focused too much on the whole what bad thing happened, and you're not doing anything with what you need to do next. And so a lot of people will stay in that mentality, and they'll normalize the mentality, and by the time they normalize it, millions, or everyone else in the country, everyone else around them, all over the world or whatever, will start to think, oh, okay, having anxiety is a normal thing. It's like, no, empowerment is what we need to be focusing on right now. It's not the whole being a victim and embracing being the victim, accepting that I'm the victim. It's like, no, you can accept being the victim if it helps you find empowerment, but accepting being a victim just to normalize being the victim and expecting other people to tend or care for your demons that you're purposely letting stay in your life, like, that's just not right, in my opinion. But who doesn't do that? I guess a lot of people do that. We all do that. But again, that's why I'm talking about it, to give a perspective. The other route people will go is they will just find empowerment without actually understanding the chaos. They'll just be like, okay, I started here, and then destruction happened, and now when it comes to reimagining, what they'll do is they'll reimagine they'll reimagine with the destruction. And when they reimagine with the destruction, that means whatever bad thing happened to you as an individual, you don't learn to grow from it and become better. You grow with it. And what happens is you become hostile. You become you basically become a sense of chaos through empowerment. But by doing that, you feel empowered within yourself, but at the same time creating the chaotic effect, which then creates this thing called cause and effect. But I'm not going to get too much into that. So yeah, usually a lot of times people will go into one or the other. And again, I kind of got out. Well, anyway, so a lot of people go to one or the other, and I guess, yeah. So just the thing is, if you really want to be empowered in yourself, you got to be secure in yourself. And to be secure is to just follow what you feel is right and true to you. What's true in your heart, what you want in your heart, what you know is right, what you know is right. And you just follow that. You follow that, and you focus on your own issues. You focus on what you need to focus on, because a lot of times when I talk to people and they talk about their daily stresses, it's about stuff going on in the world and in other states and other things like that. And I'm like, well, okay, well, if you're so bothered, why not actually get up and physically do something about it? If not, why are you letting it affect your life? And you can't do that, because you can only focus on what you know you can change. Only focus on what you know you can do. So just focus on your life. Focus on your own business. Mind your business. Because I can promise you, 80% of the problems and stress in your life isn't even yours. It's because society told you to be stressed about certain things. It's because we've been influenced to think that certain things were meant to stress us out. Or it's just the fact that, it just, yeah. So, just, or it's the fact that we look at social media and we look at all the news and we look at all the comments, and we just get so stirred up on other people and what they're doing and all of their issues and all of their problems. And it's like, well, what about you? What about what you want to do for yourself to be happy? Stop trying to fight all of these useless battles. Like, just like, seriously, stop trying to fight other people's fights. You spiritually, you disempower other people. Sure, you give them the illusion that they have like everything in front of them, but really it's like, no, you got nothing. It's like the difference between having the same meal in front of you, but one meal is made from processed foods and the other meal is actually organic, but they both look exactly the same. They both have the same quantity to them. It's just like that. Like, if you fight other people's battles, you're basically giving them a meal that is processed, basically. Whereas if you let someone else do it, then it's organic, basically. Again, strange example, but for those of you who understand it, then you understand where I'm coming from, what that means. Uh, no form of wisdom is stupid once you understand what its true context is. But anyway, I've already gone about 3 minutes over, but anyway, so yeah, you just gotta find empowerment through, the bad things that happen and blah blah blah, and and kind of lost where I was going, but yeah, just don't get lost too much in the bad part and the destruction of what it means to be empowered. But this video wasn't really about empowerment. Well, kind of, it was. It was just about finding empowerment within yourself just by minding your own business, going in the inside journey, focusing on your issues, focusing on your problems and what you're going through. Focus on what makes you happy, what makes you fulfilled. And as you focus on that, as you focus on what makes you happy, then you'll notice that the entire world will start to change for you. How people treat you, what you attract into your life, what you produce, how you connect with people, all of it will literally change as you start to actually go in the journey within, and you focus on your problems and you don't focus on the world's problems or other people's problems. Like, I noticed that like 80% of my problems or my issues or stress is not even mine. It has nothing to do with my life or where I'm trying to go for myself or how I want to be happy. It's just society dealing with stuff. And unless I want to do something about it, then I keep it in the back of my head. Maybe I can give an opinion about it, but then again, like, unless my opinion can actually impact someone or potentially make a change, what's the point of even talking? Because, like, literally talking or speaking can create things, can move mountains. Like, yeah, so it's like, really take that into consideration, that whether you believe in, just take that into consideration, even in mythology or whatever. Like a verse, the universe was literally spoken into existence, and verse means talk, and uni means one. But also, if you know about the ether element, then you know that literally that talking itself is actually a form of is actually an element in itself. You have yeah, I don't want to get too much into that, but talking is literally its own element. It's not now sound is a type of it, is a type of ether, but yeah. Anyway, so a lot of people don't know about ether, so I won't go into that. But talking literally manifests things. So what we say every day, like me personally, this is how I look at it: is me talking every day. What I say literally makes up my entire life, makes up my entire reality, and I know this. I'll give one example of myself. I'll give one example of myself because one time one time what I did is I had some money in my bank account and I was doing really good at saving, and I had a lot of money, and I was like, wow, I have some good money right here. And I saw my bank account and I was like, wow. When someone right next to me asked me, it was like, hey, what's up? What are you so surprised about? And something told me not to say this out loud, and I did anyway. And I was being ironic, and I was like, oh, I'm broke, basically. I don't have any money. And I laughed about it, and it was just a joke. Literally 2 days later, I had a dozen things pop up out of nowhere that sucked all of my money out, that I had like a few months of saving. And literally within 2 days, right after I said that, oh, I'm broke, I lost all of my money just that quick. And I was like, wow. And something told me not to say that either. And I kind of, like, even saying that as an example, I still feel like I shouldn't have said that now, because I only want to affirm good, positive things. But again, like, just be careful about what you say. Next time I won't say you need something so literal. But yeah, be careful about what you say. Anyway, so yeah, just focus on your life, and once you find happiness and fulfillment within yourself, then you help give that vibration into the planet, and that allows other people to take it in. That allows other people to be influenced by that. Hey, it's about having a fulfilled heart. That makes life more fulfilled. That makes life worth living. It's not about doing amazing things, making yourself miserable to do amazing things. It's not about pressuring yourself to do great things. No, it's about what you want to do, what you feel you want to do, and makes you happy. If you want to be a housewife, if you want to just stay at home, take care of the kids, that's okay. You don't have to, be a strong, independent woman and fight for feminism to do whatever. You don't have to always have to, be in the war to do something amazing. It's like there's just so many things that people are just they're programmed to believe when it comes to doing great things. It's like the only great thing you need to do is be happy. It's simple. Now, what that means is to just go within yourself, understand the inward journey, and take responsibility for your own demons. Take responsibility for your happiness. Take responsibility that, again, humanity is a virus. And what you are, what you feel, is what you're going to project onto other people, is how you're going to make other people feel, is what you're going to want other people to make you feel. Because being a virus means you spread whatever you are. So yes, humanity is a virus, but that doesn't have to be seen as a bad thing. It can be seen as a good thing, as, oh, I can infect other people with being good. You don't have to pressure yourself about it. You just literally have to have that mind, have that knowledge in your mind that, hey, what I am literally affects the world. Cool. Now you just focus on you, and just keep that in the back of your mind that who I am affects other people's lives. And that's it. It's literally that simple. And sort of trying to connect everything, my random, venting and random, whatever you want to call it. I'm just pulling it all together now. Just to show that I wasn't all over the place. I am all over the place, but it all connects in some way. But yeah, just last thing I'll say, I'm already 10 minutes over. almost 10 minutes over. But yeah, just be happy with yourself and enjoy being you, and whatever it is you want that makes you happy, no matter what it is, no matter what society tells you, you find what makes you find what helps feed that part of your soul that you want to grow and grow with. And that's all you need to do. It's all you need to focus on. It's all you need to do. And you need and be happy with doing it. There are going to be times when you fight your demons, when you face your demons, when dark things are going to come up into your life. It is important to listen to those demons, actually. It is important to want to listen to why they're there and how they're there to figure out what to do with them. Because usually those demons are the chaotic part of growth, the part that we get stuck in. That, oh, something bad happened. I know one person, last thing I'll say before I go, I know one person who lost their job, got fired, went into a state of depression for months, and began to hate themselves. And I knew another person who got fired, lost their job, and realized, oh, I'm free. And they took advantage. They did personal projects. They learned other ways to make money. They learned how to actually enjoy living, instead of just going to work every day, going to a place they didn't want to go to, getting paid. But at the same time, once they lost their job, they found other ways to make money, and they felt happy doing it. They were getting paid to be happy, but they wouldn't have had that opportunity if they didn't get fired. So don't get lost in the whole, oh my gosh, I'm fired. Oh my gosh, look more into the oh, I'm fired. Okay, it's a situation where how can I build from the situation? What can I do with it? What can I learn from it? Or what can I just experience from it? And I know these people personally, so yeah, I won't give any names. But anyway, I feel like anyway. So yeah, 22 minutes. If you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. And again, just do what makes you happy. You don't have to do anything amazing. Just be happy. And your happiness influences the vibration of the planet itself. And yeah. Yeah. So anyway, with that being said, do the best with what you got. That's what I'm doing. And have a great day. Bye.